Okay guys, bear with me because the script was written a couple of months ago. So I just got Contraband in the mail. This is huge with a capital H and a jet black period, you guys. I have been asking eBay sellers, does it come with the art cards? Does it come with the soundtrack? How about the magnet? Does it come with that? Now is the slipbox version 1 or version 2? Not only that, I've been getting terrible offers. They're just not having enough funds to complete the offer. But I finally settled on a sale for artwork version 1 with the art cards, no magnet, and the soundtrack for $26.25. So it comes with the soundtrack, a transfer card about the transfer, and some pretty cool art cards. Here's one. I think this one's my favorite. And some versions also came with a magnet. And that's it for the media aspect of things. Slipcover is reversible, so it doesn't always say the Naples connection on it. And here's the other side of the slip box. There we go. So anyway, this is a little known Fulci film, and the best way to describe it is like Umberto Lenzi's Gang War in Milan, but with Neapolitans instead of Milanese. It's Neapolitans, but with the soft glow and ultraviolence of Demonia, and more specifically, a cat in the brain. It's got effects work by Germano Natali of Dario Argento's Deep Red and Roberto Pace of Ruggiero Deodato's Body Count. So the violence is incredibly brutal and realistic. Music is very turn of the decade, 1970s leading into the 1980s, and reminds me of Don't Go in the House on a shitload of stimulants, baby. Did I mention the composer is a longtime friend and companion, Fabio Frizzi? So you know it's going to be phantasmic. The lead of the film is Luca, played by Fabio Testi. Luca is a very seasoned gangster and he knows the score. He is a cigarette smuggler slash pirate and all-around ne'er-do-well who is in the middle of a gang war with rival smugglers who are actually drug dealers from France. Another similar plot beat from Gang War in Milan. The opening scene shows Luca spearheading a smuggle that ends in one of the decoy boats being blown up by himself. The boat is filled with rubber dummies that look like the smugglers. The Coast Guard of Italy follow the decoy boat and end up shooting the decoy dummies with machine guns just for fun. And they are pissed. As time goes on, the violence and warfare amongst the smugglers slash gangsters becomes more intense. Part of this being Luca's right-hand man Capace's assassination in broad daylight by being thrown from a cliff very violently. This causes a lot of turmoil in the streets of Naples. One of the bosses of the drug dealing gangs at a soccer match offers slash puts the pressure on them to join forces, saying, before you were having rice and pizza, now I'm offering you champagne and caviar. The scene ends with a loud boat horn. Luca is adamant that if he joins forces with anyone, no drugs are to be involved. Period. This next scene is just lit so beautifully, like the lens was dipped in Angel's food cake. Very quintessential Fulci. It's the one in which they discuss their plan for siding with drug dealers or not. And in the end, they take the high road. But I just love it. Like the scene is just so gorgeous. It's like cotton candy is just wrapped around everybody's face. I can't stand it. You would have thought that he started doing that like around like the 80s. But I guess this was made in the 80s, so, you know, cheers to Fulci for that. But Demonia and Enigma were the two ones that I noticed him doing that, like, really prevalent. But, yeah, big trademark of Fulci. The Angel's food cake lens flare thing going on. A series of busts happen after their meeting as Capacey has been assassinated. The cops don't have any leads, so they just start arresting everybody in sight. Nuns, people using the toilet, people eating their spaghetti dinner, and finally, a psychiatric hospital kidnaps Luca after spraying him in the face with an anesthetic. He awakens to knives cutting off his straps, so they get him a cup of espresso. The psych doc goes on to say that after Capacey's death, there has been anarchy and constant drug dealing, drugs everywhere. That evening, a rival gang assassinates the doctor via machine gun and tries to kill Luca as well, but they fail. Luca takes his son to a carousel, saying it's fun, but they're not as fun as real ones, or pretty. After one of Luca's right-hand man speaks to Luca's replacement doctor about the reasons Neapolitans deal in contraband, the score really picks up in a percussive, almost heartbeat-like way as Luca brandishes a gun entering his home. Adele, his wife, is gone, and he gets a call from a rival gang leader who is constantly slapping her while her mouth is taped shut. Then, after the slapping is complete, they disrobe her and briefly rape her over the phone. It's brutal because for her final scream, they rip the tape off. They rip the tape off. Terrible. For the final scene, the film ends with Luca finding this rival leader in a tall hall. But prior to this, it is quite the shootout. The gang leader, the supreme Don over all the gangs in the area, uses a machine gun, no less, to take out the rival gang members that are not in favor with him, that are rivals of Luca as well. And this guy has never seen Luca nor spoken with him. It's crazy. He just did it as a favor because of Adele getting beat up and raped and all of this stuff. It's crazy. So this happens, and it's a supreme chase through the city after this. But before that, it's just all of the henchmen getting taken out. It's actually a really cool scene with the great effects. My favorite is the garage door opening up.